My name is Ariel Cohen-Aloro, and what we try to achieve is to bring Jesus back to Israel in a legal way, from the front door. It means through the establishments of the rabbi. It means that is something that is not possible, but this is what we try to achieve. How we try to achieve this? We're supposed to do a ceremony of, like, similar to the act of pidyon haben, redemption of the firstborn, like Jewish do with the firstborn with the priesthood. Jesus was sold to the priesthood, so he don't belong anymore to Israel. So we have to reverse the action of selling Jesus to the priesthood. In the moment we sold it to the priesthood, it's like belong to God. We are not allowed to use it anymore. So we have to reverse the action. It's like to buy it back from the priesthood. All right. So first of all, we have to do this action with the biggest of generation. All right. And after we plan to do a retrial of Jesus with 10 big rabbis, I will fight against, I will do a debate in a series of debate for a long period of time against 10 rabbis, me alone against 10 rabbis, and only after this every Jew will be asked personally to do this act of pidyon nefesh, like redeem your soul. It's like part of your soul is in prison. That refers to the general concept of Mashiach, what is Jesus, but everybody have his private spark of Mashiach, and this private spark of Mashiach is in prison, and everybody have to unlock this spark from the prison by paying the amount of money, all right, that we talk about. The subject is a number 666. All right, very scary number from the point of view of Christianity, but like we always said, all the idea is to replace the place that takes the evil force, to replace this with holiness, to take exactly the same place, the same place. It's like the same number too. A number, it's like a place, but it's not a good number, it's not a bad number, of course. So everything that exists not in holiness exists the same thing in holiness. In the moment we find the root, the holy root of the evil force vanish, don't exist anymore. We just replace it.
Replace it?
Yes, let's say I give you an example. Let's say that somebody thinks that 2 and 2 is 5. He is wrong. And this thought that 2 and 2 is 5 belong to the Sitra, belong to the evil place, to the evil side. But so this boy, he will learn that 2 and 2 is 5 is a lie, and he will forget from this idea that 2 and 2 is 5. He will separate himself from 2 and 2 is 5. Alright, so this is like first steps of rectification. And then he will learn mathematics, that 2 and 2 is really 4, and he will keep learning until he will get to such a complicated mathematics that will be able to even to understand how 2 and 2 can be 5 in some fantastic logic. In the moment you understand how something that's supposed to be lie is true, the first idea that 2 and 2 is 5 don't exist anymore. Now what was 2 and 2 is 5, it was not in holiness. Now this 2 and 2 is 5 is belong to holiness, but as a new idea, not the way it was before.
It's a new possibility.
Alright, so now something that it was belong only to the evil force, replace it with something that is completely true and completely holy. And in the soul of this person, the good concept came instead of the evil concept. It means the evil concept don't exist anymore. If I have a mistake about 2 and 2 and I think that 2 and 2 is 5 and I separate myself from 2 and 2 is 5, so 2 and 5 is exist. It's just outside of me, but it's like an enemy that he can hit me. But if I replace it inside of myself,
in the subconscious,
in myself, the subconscious is like what is around me. But now I found the place of 666 in holiness. So the bed 666 from my point of view as the evil force don't exist anymore in my consciousness at all. It's not that I am here and the evil force is there and he is always the enemy, that I have to be careful from it. That is still attached to my subconsciousness. Okay, so this is something we talk about this many times. את רוח הטומאה אוויר מן הארץ, the spirit of the unholy I will pass from the land. It means the spirit, unholy spirit, God will pass it out of the land. It will be not anymore. How can be that something that is evil will not exist anymore? How can be?
How can it be?
If it is a false idea, a false belief, can be a false belief about the Trinity. How can be that this false idea don't exist anymore? This cannot be. The only thing that can be is that this false idea is not anymore a false idea. What was false idea is not anymore a false idea.
Because you have the tools to
understand it in much higher way, in a corrected way, because really God is everywhere. The only question if I have the vessel to understand it right. And if God is everywhere, it means the lie is true too in the end of the story. The only question is if I have the tool to understand how the lie is true, like the same thing about the curse. If I have not vessel in this world to understand how the curse is the root of the blessing, so it's a curse. And this curse will punish the world, will punish me, will punish the existence until I am smart enough to understand that it's not a curse. If not, it will be always a curse, and I will live always in duality. Me here with my God, and from the other side somebody else that is like against God. It cannot be. God is one. It's not Satan against God. Only in a false perception of.
There's only one government, not two.
The way this world exists, this is the way think hard. This is the way and we must to fight against evil, of course, before we are able to make it sweet. But really, all the goal is to be able to conquer the evil. To conquer the evil, to conquer the evil, it means to replace it. It's not other way. To take the place of the evil in holiness.
Okay.
Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and sin, as it were, with a cart rope, that say, Let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it, and let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come, that we may know it. Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter.
One of the men, gematria of 666, is Shem ben Hamor. Shem ben Hamor, Shem the son of the donkey, equals 666. In Kabbalah, Shem ben Hamor did a Brit Milah, and in other generations they will come back like the tribe of people in the tribe of Shimshon. And when Zimri ben Salu will do the same with Cosbi Batsur, Cosbi Batsur, the Midianic woman will be killed by Pinchas. There will be 24,000 people dead in the sickness from the tribe of Shimon. And these people, in another generation, they will become the disciple of Rabbi Akiva. It is written that Rabbi Akiva is an incarnation of Shem ben Hamor. And Rabbi Akiva, it's like the letter of Yaakov. It is expressions that appear many times in the Bible. Abir Yaakov. How you say Abir? You know, the Abirim on the horse. Abir Yaakov is the same letter of Rabbi Akiva. The Torah call Am Israel, call Yaakov, Abir Yaakov, in many places in the Bible. And this is the letter of Rabbi Akiva. So Rabbi Akiva is one of the very important souls. He was a ger tzedek, somebody that really came from out of Judaism. His family. Okay, so all the face of the Judaism, the way it is today, it's connected to Rabbi Akiva, as well connected, of course, to Yaakov. And Yaakov represents in Kabbalah, in the faces of Olam Atzilut, what we call the Eranpin, what is the Vav, number 6. The letter Vav of the name of God, Yud Ke Vav Ke.
By the way, Abir in English is night, with K, night.
Night, okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so Yaakov have to do with the letter Vav. The donkey, like we say many times, have to do with the number 6. Yisachar, the one that the tribe that called donkey, Yisachar, we write his name like this, with 2 shin, that even we pronounce only one of them, that from the word shesh, what it means, 6. Okay, so 6 is very important number. It's what you call the Vav Ktsavot, the 6 direction of reality. Okay, so it's something very basic. So everything that has to do with the 666 have to do as well with Yaakov or with Esav. What are the 2 sides of the Vav? The Yud of the name of God is like Avraham, the Hey is like Yitzchak, and the Vav is Yaakov. And it's
Like Zeranpin?
the Eranpin, and the Vav is double, there are double Vav there. Vav, like W. 2V.
Vav K.
Yes. There are two Vav. One Vav is in exile.
You can write the Yud Kei Vav Kei, so people understand or remember.
10, 5, 6, 5. This is the letter Vav. Yud Kei Vav Kei. The letter Vav. Okay? You call it Midat HaRachamim. It's all the name Yud Kei Vav Kei. This is this place in Kabbalah. All the name Yud Kei Vav Kei is the secret of the donkey, like we explained. In the last lesson, we explained that the Vav and the Hey of the name of God, what is Yud Kei Vav Kei, and the name Adnut, Adonai, is the donkey and the horse, if you remember.
Hamor is a donkey and is like Homer, it's like matter.
Yeah.
It's like the creation, the whole creation has to do with this. Matter, create matter.
But in the root is higher of the name of Adnut, that represents the kingdom.
Every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
All right, so we talk about symbols that appear with the animals that came from the sea. It is written that the animals that came from the earth, we realize the potential of the first animal. The animal that one of his head got a hit of death. So he's going to heal him, and he's going to, to realize, to do, it's like to do the work for the animal. Realization, when we talk about, when in the book of Revelation, he will talk about the Tehom, in the fifth, in the five Chotam, he will talk about the concept of the Tehom. He will talk about a star, falling star. Falling star is probably the donkey. That he has the key of the whole of the Tehom, the whole of the abyss. He has mafteach בור התהום, בור התהום, this expression, בור התהום. בור equal Yitzchak, בור a hole, so this can be Jesus. Yitzchak can be always son of Yosef equal Yitzchak, so this is Jesus. התהום equals the תאנה, have to do with the chaya. Alright, so בור התהום equal $664, what is 2 times Yoshiyahu, 2 times Menachem Mendel, 2 times the Rabbi. The doubling of the name have to do always with realization of key realization, to find the key. The doubling of the name of anyone have to do with his capability to realize, to do anything he wants. This, you call it kol yechol. Kol yechol, that equal 116 chen chen and equal yinon. the name of Mashiach in the first coming. Kol Yachol, everything he can do. Alright, it's a concept of Kol Yachol. Chen Chen have to do with the two name, because the two name, it mean, it represent, is the secret of the cross, that when you go here, you go to the opposite direction, and then you get the doubling of the name, like we explained many times. So, the falling star, the donkey, realizes the potential of the Rabbi being Mashiach, the first beast. It's like he bring this beast alive again. He bring to life. He really reveals the potential that hiding in the concept of the Chaya, of the Mashiach. Alright, so it is very important number. What is Sus, Pered, Chamor. It's called Seder, order, that's the acronym of Seder. Here is Pesach, the Seder of Pesach. Seder, it's been 4 generations, like Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, it's what we call Seder. So the Sus, like we say, is Yaakov. We explain in different lessons. Susvan in Aramaic equal Susvan in Aramaic equal Yaakov. It's the way you say Sus, horse in Aramaic. Right? Pered is Yitzchak, is a mule. In the middle, Chamor is Avraham. Avraham equal Chamor. Like you write it, if you write it with no Vav, Chamor can be written this way too. Alright, so we explained all this concept in the past. This is a trinity, we talk about this, and all this trinity hiding in Menachem Mendel, what is a Chaya. Alright, so all the 3 characters are inside this number, that is 2 times Menachem Mendel. Alright, so we can see it very clear that the 3 beasts, it's really one beast. But they are connected, this beast is connected to the 3 personality, and the personality that is before more law of this beast. This is a beast that came from the abyss. Under is a beast that came from the sea. Will receive the Chaya, it means realize the potential of this beast, make it talk, etc. The same thing with the beast that came from the earth, have to realize what is above, realize the key, realize the potential that hiding there, etc. Okay, so this was, by the way, about concept of Bor HaTeom. Bor is Yitzchak, 208, HaTeom is 456. What is the secret of the fig? What is Avraham plus Yitzchak? Alright, so Bor HaTeom equal Yitzchak, Avraham, Yitzchak. Avraham is the middle, and behind Avraham hiding Esav, like we explained. It means we have here all the Trinity. Esav, it's like the snake, the father, and Yitzchak is the woman.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Thus he said, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, and tongues, and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And I saw the beast, and the kings of the earth, and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. And the remnant was slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth.